Welcome to Dear Dilemma, where you send in your dilemmas and we answer them. Do you need an outside perspective?
Advice anonymously?
We're here to help. I'm Brooke.
And I'm Hannah.
And this is
Dear Dilemma. Hi, welcome back to Dear Dilemma. We took a little bit of time off because Brooke went to a Taylor Swift concert. So she got to get her Swiftie on. How was it, by the way?
Oh, it was amazing. Best concert, not that I go to a lot of concerts, but out of the concerts I've been to, hands down, she's nonstop, 3 hours, go, 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 go. I was standing there out of breath after the first song. I don't know how she does it. It was worth, I've been waiting over a year to attend this concert. I did not pay the crazy prices right now that they are.
Yeah.
And it was so worth the year wait. Like, I'm bummed because it's Friday, and well, we film on Fridays, and sorry, and I'm not there.
Give away our secret.
I know, maybe we should cut that out. Anyways, I'm not there. She's going to Canada. I am trying to find a Canadian ticket though.
That'll be so fun. My husband and I have promised each other that if Coldplay ever comes back to the U.S. at some point, we're definitely going. And if it's in Red Rocks. Do you know what Red Rocks is?
Is that like where you're on the desert and you're down in the
Yes, the
arena?
amphitheater. It's so cool. Oh my gosh, I would love to see a concert
so worth
there.
it though. So sorry for all of you Swifties that did not get to go. It was the best time of my life and I loved it so much. And I wish I could go back. They call it the Tay hangover. So like after you go to a concert, your life just never the same. And like this whole week, I just felt like, ugh, because it was just so magical. I mean, I didn't even know all of her songs, and still I was just
really. See, I'm not even a Swiftie. Like,
no,
I'm not like a huge.
I have on my merch, but because that's pricey. But I'm not a Swiftie either. But even if you weren't, like,
it's still a good experience.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
But we didn't get Mr. Kelsey or anything. He came night 2.
Oh, darn it.
I did try to scope out celebrities. But I think night 1, like, Caitlin Clark was there. And obviously, like, her parents were there. But,
because she's playing at Fever in Indy now anyways.
Oh, yeah.
So that would make
she's
sense.
a Swiftie, too.
Is she?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It was fun. And then, like, you have your friendship bracelets. And we were, like, no one was, like, doing anything. So I was like, do I just go up to random people? I'm like, do you want a bracelet? So I started doing it. But then we ran out because we got real lazy and we forgot. We had over a year to make bracelets and we never did. So we bought some off of Amazon and people like went all out. They had like keychains, like, like the janitor's keys, but it was full of like friendship bracelets. And they wouldn't even take ours sometimes.
What would they say on there? Just like best friends, or would it say
it had like
Taylor
songs? It had, I haven't gone through all of mine because we got home so late, but they had like song lyrics. They had like actual song names. I mean, it had indie, like I think one of us got one that said indie on it. Some of them had like little disco balls. Like people were really creative.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. So 10 out of 10. So we do apologize. We took a little break, and I was traveling before that anyways. Yeah. So timing just didn't work out. But we're back. I do have a little cold, so
bear with us.
Sorry.
I had it a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know what is going around right now, but everybody I know is sick, and it's all settling in their throat. Yeah. There's like a cough.
So I'll try not to do that, but I blame Florida.
Yeah.
And the hurricanes, because I couldn't get in the ocean. This was probably why.
Yeah, you needed the saltwater rinse.
I couldn't get in. They were like, you cannot get in. Well, you can, but you might die from a eating bacteria. And I was like, covered in mosquito bites.
Not a good time to go to Florida.
No, don't go to Florida after a hurricane. Not a lot of people there, but don't go. So anyways, we're back, and we are going to do some submissions today. I think we have like 1 or 2.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and get started with the one that I think is going to be really interesting. A good way to bring us back here, because it is definitely
we had some dilemmas while we were out, and now we're ready to help you with your dilemmas.
Yes.
So what do we have?
Hi guys, not to make this too long, but I've had a strong suspicion my boyfriend was cheating on me for weeks. Specifically with his ex. He hides his phone all the time from me. He makes it a point to act like I'm crazy if I bring her up in any conversation. And I'm overall just feeling so gaslit in the situation that I don't know what to do. My gut is telling me that something is wrong, and my gut is almost never wrong. A woman's intuition, I
We
tell
did
you what.
speak about this one time.
There are so many more reasons that just reinforce my gut feeling, and I'm the type of person that can't let things go if I don't have proof. I feel like if I confront him again, it will just make me look crazier and justifies him thinking I always think he's up to something.
You ain't crazy. You're never crazy.
know,
I mean, there's crazy,
intuition.
you can get crazy, but that's not crazy.
I don't want to give him the justification, but I also don't want to live in this constant state of stress. Totally get that.
Yeah.
I've supported him through some pretty dark times, and I just feel used in a way. Any advice or tips on how to catch him? I'm tempted to hire a PI at this point.
Hey, girl, at this point, you need to go. I mean...
Well, I do kind of wonder, though,
okay, not need to go. But, I mean, if it's that eating you up inside...
Well, yeah, she's got to get to the root of it. She's got to figure out what's going on. I kind of wonder, though, about the whole, like, he thinks I'm crazy if I'm bringing up his ex and stuff. Like, does she bring up the ex a lot? So is he just automatically defensive?
Yeah.
Or...
Because there's times where there's maybe nothing going on, and then you do bring it up too much because then you start overthinking
like, you're
yourself,
focusing on it.
And then it's like, to them, it's annoying because you have to put yourself in their shoes, too. Like, what if he kept saying, oh, is it your ex-boyfriend? You're like, no, like, why? I mean, but if he's not giving the phone or...
If he's hiding it.
That's kind of weird, too. So you said you read that he's hiding his phone, and that's kind of like a red flag.
See what she said again real quick.
Because I know my fiance's code. He knows my code. There's nothing to hide. Like, we have nothing to hide.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, even on the couch or something, like, I'll, snuggle up to my husband, and I just...
Yeah. Like,
I don't mean to look at it, but, like, I see what he's doing.
Well, I help him schedule things, and so I'm already in, like, all the social medias just helping him anyways. But, again, we're not anywhere on, like... worried about anyone cheating.
No.
So that to me, that's kind of a red flag. I was like, why is he...
And if you guys have been together for a while, you should know each other's phone codes. Yeah. I just feel like that's kind of like a respect thing.
Code. It's annoying. Why? But my job makes me have one.
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh, I'm going to put this in again. So tired of it.
But I wonder if you... Okay, so she at the end, though, asks, like, any advice or tips on how to catch him. So I think we should talk about that for a second on the phone.
Back in the day, like in high school, people do it now. I don't, but back in the day, I guess I would if I had any suspicions, is can you get into it while he's asleep?
Yes. And
or in the shower. Or mowing.
Or make an excuse like, oh, I wanted to send that really cute picture of me to myself. Like, can I get in your phone and... pull up that picture and text it to myself.
We don't condone any behavior. However, I watch a lot of crime and read a lot of crime books. That's a different behavior, but we can be your PI investigators.
Yeah, we need... Send us his name, address, phone number.
A first name, and I will find out everything you need to know about this person.
She is really good at that. Actually, it's very talented.
I love doing it. It's like a hobby of mine. Anyways.
Off the record.
Off the record. I would suggest, if you could, like sleeping, maybe trying to get into it, or...
Yeah. You can't get caught, though. That's the thing. You got to be really sneaky about it.
Girl, you better wait till it's like 3, 4 in the morning where he's in that deep sleep.
Yeah, like you got to pick up his arm and make sure like it's falling.
Like just like slowly roll out of bed to try to not make any room, because that would be one way. What else what was the other way that you said?
Oh, like just make up an excuse to get in his phone. I don't know if that would work or not. It has to be like a legitimate thing. Yeah. I mean, and the other thing is like looking over his shoulder. I know that's not like, you don't want to be obvious about it, but like just kind of glance. I remember when I've dated like other people and I'll see like a Snapchat pop up or something like that. I'm like, oh, who's so-and-so? Like, I've never heard you talk about that person. I saw it pop up on your phone. Like, not accusing you of anything. Like, I'm just curious who it is. Or like open the door to some of those conversations.
I was going to say, that was the next thing I was going to say, is that you need to maybe have a sit down chat and be like, hey, I know like I'm not trying to accuse you of anything, but I'm just not feeling comfortable right now in our relationship with this. I just... please be honest with me.
I have an unsettled feeling.
Yeah.
Obviously, the ex is like sparking some kind of insecurity in the relationship. So I don't know if that means that in this situation that she's seen her boyfriend like Instagram posts of the ex, or like what is it that maybe is making her think that he's cheating with her specifically?
Yeah.
Are they still in contact? Are they still friends? Is there more to it?
I have a friend who had that situation where the ex stuck like around in the friend group, and she tried to be
awkward.
Right? I mean, it would, no. Once we're done, you're done. Like, you're dead to me.
Yeah.
Bye. And that caused a lot of issues in their relationship to the point where she had been lied to and said that, like, he had cheated on her with the ex. And it came out that was never a thing. She was just making these stories up and telling them around the bar to, like, get her to, it was like almost playing telephone for no reason.
Oh, no.
Because she's crazy. She was crazy. That's a different kind of crazy girl. That's you. What you're doing is not crazy. If you're feeling an intuition of something's not right, something probably
isn't right. Yeah, but
I always go with my intuition, my gut feeling, because it's never wrong. And that's not crazy. Crazy is being the ex and trying to wiggle your way back in.
Yeah.
So.
And the only thing that I will say as a caveat to that is that sometimes people will self-sabotage. So make sure that you're not self-sabotaging the relationship and like getting in your own head about your own insecurities about the ex. Like maybe the ex has or doesn't want anything to do with the boyfriend. I don't know the full story.
Yeah.
Like we're obviously making assumptions because we don't know the entire story about this. But try not to self-sabotage either, because it could be a really good, healthy relationship and you're just getting in your head and then you're kind of like spiraling. Like I do that a lot because I overthink. And so I
do that. I'm like, did I close the garage door? I can't remember if I closed the garage door. Did I close the garage door?
Yeah. But in a relationship, it's so much worse. You're like, oh my gosh, like,
because
he's totally cheating. Oh, he's cheating.
Everything. You're like, okay, he's really going to the store. No, he's not. Do I drive? Do I follow him? That is where it gets a little crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I want to see
conversation.
What else did she say? Here, wait, hang on. Okay, so she also says that there are so many other reasons that reinforce her gut feeling, and she's the kind of person that can't let things go if she doesn't have proof. So, I mean, I feel like there's more reasons that she didn't share with us. So I think there are some shady things going on.
Yeah.
And then she wants to confront him, but will it make her look crazier and think he's always up to something? I like what you said though earlier. Just I'm feeling a little bit unsettled or insecure about a relationship. Like something doesn't feel right. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, because if he has nothing to hide, then he should be able to just give you the phone if that's what's causing it, or social media or whatever it may be. Like, okay, I'm not doing anything. Like, here's this. And then it's not saying like, oh, I don't trust you. I'm just feeling just not comfortable, and you're not accusing him. You just, if you're not feeling that way, I would have that conversation with my fiance. Like, I'm not feeling comfortable right now. Like, can you at least, reassure me? Like, and if you need proof, like, let me see the proof of it. So,
and I had a really long relationship with like my first love in high school or whatever. We'll go way back when. Because I'm old.
Sorry, she's gonna get me coughing, y'all.
But I always felt like something was off. Like he was lying to me, and this was like a long relationship. But I like would catch him on little lies, and then I was like, okay, well, if you're lying about the little stuff, then are you lying to me about more? Is there more bigger stuff going on? And so I would like uncover a little bit, and I would talk to him about it, and then he'd be like, no, I'm not lying to you. And so I felt gaslit too, I think. I didn't even know, that wasn't even a term back then, but I would have said now, looking back on it, that's how he made me feel, was that I was the crazy one. And I'm like, dude, I know something's up. I knew something wasn't right, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I'm just like, I think something's happening here.
What was it?
So eventually, well, I had a good reason to get into his phone because I had his phone. He went off to the military. And so I had his phone until he got home. No, they can't have anything. Like no form of communication. It's like handwritten letters. And I looked in that, and I found some stuff that just was questionable. It wasn't like overly like cheating or anything, but it definitely indicated to me that he was like being a little flirtatious and maybe just not having those boundaries that he should have, like to respect me and respect our relationship. So ultimately I ended that, but it was really hard because it's like, especially with your first love, it's so hard to finally end that when you're so hurt.
Unless they end it.
Well, that's true.
And then you could turn crazy. We've all been there. We've all been there. Okay.
Yeah.
But
I think opening that conversation, like Brooke said, though, just sit down. Don't be accusatory.
Do the mature way and sit down.
Or
do what we would do. Possibly. We'd pull out.
Especially back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. And you better roll on all that bed.
Yeah.
And get that phone if there's something in there. Or
there's times I've snooped. Have you ever snooped in past relationships? Like phones or anything?
Yeah, like high school and well, I've only had like 3 relationships.
It's true. Well,
not in the current one I'm in. No, he's given me no reason, but yes, in the past, absolutely. And then I found things and I was like,
But I feel like if you have that feeling to snoop,
pause the brakes. Yeah, if there's something going on,
you probably gonna find something.
I
mean, I don't want to say that, but like,
but
chances
if you
are,
do find something, you are worth more than that.
Yes.
You are worth more. You should be the first choice and the only choice. And there are more fish in the sea. I don't know where you're from or where you live, but I can guarantee you that you will find somebody else that will actually care and for you and only you and not have eyes for others.
Amen, sister. Because I mean, you have to know your worth. You have to be, what's the saying? You accept the love you think you deserve. And if you don't have a high self-worth and you have these insecurities, you're going to settle for less than what you really deserve. But if you get your self-confidence back and you're like, this ex don't mean nothing.
I'm telling you.
You know? And you
get that breakup glow.
You chop the hair because the hair holds on to emotions. Got to chop it.
What happens if they already have short hair?
I don't know.
You get extensions?
Yeah, you do the opposite. Do no reverse.
Do clip-ins. You get the extensions. You do a nice night out. You get your girls to take some good photos of you, and you show them what he lost.
Yeah, exactly. I think, it sounds like you're in like a lot of turmoil about this. So I think obviously there's something going on. There's something up, and you're going to have to potentially address it. Figure out what it is. I totally understand wanting to have proof in order to make that decision and move forward, especially if you guys have been together for a long time.
Yeah.
I think it's important to get what you feel like you need as the closure part of it. But I would have that I would sit down. I would do the mature thing, have the conversation. And then if you can snoop a little bit, like a little snoopy snoop if you want. But you need to sit down and have that conversation regardless.
Yeah. We wish you the best.
Yeah.
Hopefully you find nothing and it's just the bad juju thoughts coming to you.
Yeah, and if you need PI help,
we're your girls.
Yeah, I mean, we're not official or anything. It's not a business, but I mean, we'll do some digging for you.
I'll find out everything.
Just DM us.
I found everything on my neighbors by a first name, so just saying. Yep. Anyways,
Well, we hope that you work everything out and everything.
Wish you the best of luck.
Goes in a good direction for you.
You can always write in and let us know. Give us an update.
Yeah. We love those.